Hey, oh, still trying. Hello, Mary. Gary's audio is still trying to connect, so don't know what's happening there with his, but he probably can't hear me yet. We'll give another minute to see who else is going to show up today, and then we will dig in. And Mary, you already own them, right? So you're here for kind of a review?
Yeah, because I was really distracted when I
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
So I want to be here to be fully present now.
Yeah, cool. But also, you attended my leads intensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed the other day that you bought these and like they're included in the leads intensive. So I'm going to refund you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So no worries there. I saw that and I'm like, Mary was at the leads intensive. She does know she gets these, right? So,
I was like, I wasn't sure, and then I was like, I don't know. I'm sure it'll
but you
get.
wanted them so badly.
I was like, in case I don't, I want to make sure I get the discount
Yeah.
before September 1st.
Yeah. You got it. You nailed it. Awesome. Cool. So you're good. So I will refund that for you. We'll process that today and
Okay.
you can be looking for your money back on that.
All right.
And Gary's still struggling to get connected. We've got Melody and Elisa. Let's just give another moment here simply because I'm wondering if people are struggling to get in. We had 81 people sign up for this workshop today. And
Michael, I
yes.
could say I had it on my calendar for 8:30. It
Hmm.
was only because I looked and saw the 1 hour reminder for 8 a.m. So
Hmm.
I'm wondering if others maybe thought it was
Wrote it
8:30. I
down.
don't know. Something
I never start
came out as
I never start events at the half hour, so that would be weird.
that may have been my mistake then.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because just
Glad
as
I
a
saw
rule
it.
of thumb, I just never start at a half hour.
I'll be
Uh,
off camera until about 8:30 then. Sorry.
okay, no worries. No worries. All right. Well, we're going to kick this off. Let me make sure we are being recorded. Perfect. So this recording will be available in playback. And that's probably another thing. A lot of people will opt in even though they can't make it and then want to catch the playback later. So I know many of you will be watching this in playback. You got to watch it quickly though, because if you want to take advantage of the special offer we're making here today, it's only good until midnight tonight. So just want to be sure that everybody gets that. So if you start watching it, don't go, oh yeah, I'll catch the rest of it later. You should watch it all before it's too late. Okay, so let's dig in. This is a workshop, which is different than a webinar or a presentation. We're actually going to get some stuff done. And it's going to be a combination of education. Hey, this is what you need to do, and also a demonstration of what these two amazing GPT agents that I've created can do for you that will just kind of blow you away how quickly you can craft an amazing thing. And I'm even wearing my LeOn shirt today. LeOn is our lion agent, standing for Leads on Demand. And he is a lead magnet master creator, trained with all the work I've been doing and coaching and lead magnets for over a decade now. And just so give everybody who may not know me in the room a little background on that, is that I've been running gift giveaways. I've been running my own for over 10 years, started teaching people how to do giveaways, started doing done for you giveaways for other entrepreneurs, and then created the Infinite Leads, which is a membership community all based around giveaways. And if you don't know what a giveaway is, go to infinite-list.com and check it out and learn about it. But the bottom line is that a giveaway is a collection of lead magnets. Think of it like a gift basket. And all of the contributors get together and they go, hey, we're going to do a giveaway. Usually a host kind of coordinates it, becomes the curator, and will reach out to their friends and go, hey, I'm going to do this gift giveaway. This is the theme of it. And if you have something to support that theme, let's get your lead magnets in here. And then everybody who becomes a contributor, the agreement is, okay, now we have this basket. We're all going to promote to our email lists. And that is going to attract a lot of action here. And then everybody's list grows because of it, because all the people that it attracts, they go, oh, I want that lead magnet. I want that lead magnet. They don't call them that. They're like, I want that free gift, these resources. So as you can imagine, I've run hundreds and hundreds of giveaways, and therefore I have seen thousands and thousands of lead magnets. And I'm always reviewing what makes one convert better than another. And we have stats that we've been calling through all of this. And so I can tell you, I boiled it down to some very simple things. And then I've taken all of my experience and I've trained LeOn into how to craft that lead magnet for you. Because I want you to keep in mind, it works like this. Your lead magnet, that is your first connection with the people who don't know you. You put something out in the world and they go, oh, that looks cool. I want that. That would help me. That brings them into your world. They opt in to your list. And so now you have a subscriber. Now, are they all going to stay around? I'm going to do a whole different workshop on that and how to manage the people who do come in through your lead magnets, but that's for another time. Right now, it's about how do we build the best lead magnet that is going to attract my ideal audience. All right. And that's super important for y'all to get and to understand, because we really want to make sure that you're maximizing conversions in every step of the way. So without further ado, we're going to dig into LeOn. So I'm going to pull up LeOn here for everybody to see. And then we will go through. I'm still letting some people in the room. I imagine we'll have a little bit of this going on for a while, and some people will come in late. And if you are coming in late, you missed the first bit, don't worry. We'll repeat some of the stuff. There will be some Q&A at the end, and this is being recorded so you can get the playback later if there's anything that you missed. All right, so I'm going to share screen and we're going to go over to look at LeOn. And as I demonstrate LeOn, I'm also going to be telling you the training that LeOn has. So again, this is kind of a combination. You're seeing a demonstration of a highly trained GPT agent in building lead magnets. And I'm also going to give you some of the training that is what makes LeOn special and the stuff that I've learned and mastered over these years of working with thousands of lead magnets. So I'm going to jump over to LeOn here as my GPT. And again, LeOn is trained to build a lead magnet. He's your leads on demand lead magnet creator. And there's only one prompt that I put in here because it's very simple. Your prompt is, hi, LeOn, I want to create a lead magnet that helps my audience solve a specific problem. Can you guide me through the best format, title, and steps to make it irresistible? Okay. And Mary, you're the only one I can see. Can you see the screen? Just a hand raise there. Good. Okay. So you all can see my screen. So LeOn's response, hey, I'm LeOn. Let's create a lead magnet that your dream clients can't resist. First up, what do you want to create? Okay, now I'm going to bring your attention to this first part for a moment here. And by the way, if you all come up with questions along the way, please write your question down for yourself and ask it later, because we will be doing some Q&A at the end. But I'm going to cover pretty much everything step by step. So the first thing is, what do you want to create? And LeOn has been trained in the 3 key principles of what makes for a highly converting lead magnet. And those are, and I'll stop screen share for a moment as I'm just going to talk for a bit on this. The 3 key elements of any highly converting lead magnet are as follows. Number 1, it should be immediately available. People don't want to wait to get the thing you're offering. So don't send them something physical in the mail. It won't convert as well. Don't tell them, hey, here's my free event that doesn't happen for a week or 2 weeks. Okay. They want something now. Don't tell them that it's an appointment with you. Okay. Which, by the way, and we'll cover the pros and cons of these things, but that's not available right now. They would have to get on your calendar, which again, it's a future date. The highest converting lead magnets are immediately available. Think about it. The person just read your offer. They don't want to wait. They want it now. That looks cool. Give it to me. So immediately available. Number 2, it needs to be easily consumable. Okay, this is maybe seeming counterintuitive, but I guarantee you this is true and it's been tested time and again. Your ebook may be 100 pages long and maybe super chock full of value, but guess what? That's going to take them some time to consume it. It's not as easy as if you gave them a 1-page cheat sheet or a checklist or a quick guide. that is much faster than them having to read 100 pages of your book. So don't compare what you think is the value versus what's important to them. It needs to be easily consumable. And step number 3, it needs to solve a top of mind problem. I mean, they're not going to get it just for the sake of getting it unless it serves their interests. What is it that they're up in the middle of the night worried about? Are they unable to sleep at 2 a.m. going, oh my goodness, my bills are piled up and I don't have enough clients? Or are they feeling like, oh, I'm just not feeling my energy and vitality. What's going on? I need to get my energy level up. Or are they lonely? What is the thing that they're bothered and up at night worried about? Solve a top of mind problem. So in a nutshell and in a single sentence, and you can write this down, it's one of what Suzanne Evans would call a writer downer, is a highly converting lead magnet is very simply this. It is an immediately available, easily consumable solution to a top of mind problem. That makes for the highest converting lead magnet. And immediately available, easily consumable solution to a top of mind problem. Now, all of this is trained into LeOn. So let's go back over here and you'll notice that LeOn is asking, he's not saying, hey, give me the name of your book or give me your discovery call link. His suggestions are, what are the highest converting? Checklist, cheat sheet, short guide or playbook, a 3 or 5 step process, or even a mini audio or video training. And you can mix formats, he even says. You can mix a checklist and a short guide. Which format are you leaning toward and who's it for? Okay, so let me let somebody in here. Now, let's answer the first part of the question. Which format do we want to create? So we're just going to do this on the fly. So we're going to create a cheat sheet. CHEAT, CHEAT. And that's all we need to tell it. This is what we want to create, a cheat sheet. Now, I know he asked a second question, who's it for? But we're going to let LeOn ask it again because now he's going to ask it a little more deeply. Perfect. A cheat sheet is one of the fastest, easiest to use lead magnets out there. Love it. Now let's zero in on who it's for. Who is your ideal audience for this cheat sheet? This is critical that you create the lead magnet that will attract the people you want to attract. All right. And so in this case, we can make it up because we're just creating this on the fly. And this is phony. This is fake. Now for you, you would put in your legit stuff. Okay. And so he says, who's your ideal audience for this cheat sheet? The more specific, the better. Are they first-time course creators, burned out therapists shifting to coaching, freelance designers struggling to raise rates? It gives you an idea there. Okay. So in the past of these workshops, I've worked with divorced dads, older than 50, wanted to get back into the dating game. We're going to do something a little bit different here. We're just going to follow one of the prompts here and go first-time course creators. That'll be a fun one to play with. So if they're a first-time course creator, we're going to create a lead magnet that's going to support them. So we pop that in to tell them who the target audience is. Got it. Now, I could have been much more specific, and I do recommend that you be more specific when you put it in. If you know your target audience, it may be a first-time course creator, but it may be that you deal with first-time course creator for people in the health and wellness space. You could be more specific. So that's totally up to you. Okay, so LeOn responds, got it. We're building a cheat sheet for first-time course creators. Now let's identify their biggest struggle. What urgent pain or frustration are they facing right now? Think, what's keeping them stuck or second guessing themselves? And it even gives you some common ones. Now, if this were your specialty, you probably already know what the common problems that you deal with are, but we're going to deal with this one. What if no one buys? All right, so I'm just going to pull from here and just show you how easy this is. Which pain feels most real for your people? Or is there another one you want to focus on? So this is where you put in what you know to be true in your field of expertise. So we're going to put in, what if no one buys? Okay. And LeOn says, yes, that's one of the most paralyzing fears for first-time course creators. What if no one buys? We're going to flip that fear on its head with a cheat sheet that gives them confidence before they build. Now let's anchor your solution. What's your method, framework, or advice to help them feel confident people will buy? Think 3 to 5 simple, powerful steps they can take to validate their idea or spark demand early. And it gives us some examples here. This is interesting because it's giving a couple of them that I would have suggested, which is to pre-sell your course before you build it. That's the way I've always done with mine, and that's why I coach it, teach it. I think everybody should do it that way. Build it first. I'm sorry, sell it first, then build it. Sell it first, then build it. That way, you know the demand is there and you're not going to build something that is not going to sell. So the second part, and so that's this number 2 bullet here. Nailing the promise and outcome, I think that is super important as well. Proof, testimonials, interest, yes, but you may not have that yet. So that would be less of an interest. And ask your audience, poll them. That's a possibility, but I think we're going to pick 3 different ones, and we're going to make this a 3-step cheat sheet. We're going to copy these 2, and I'm going to put these in here because I do think those are totally legitimate steps. And then I'm going to add a 3rd step is grow my audience in advance, because I think that is key. I know so many people who set out and go, oh, I'm going to build my course. And I'm like, great, once it's built, who are you going to sell it to? Well, I don't know. So one of the things that I do is I teach and coach podcasting. And I've always told people, a lot of my podcast students are saying, well, I don't want to launch my podcast until my course is done. I'm like, no, you've got it all backwards. Launch your podcast first, start to grow an audience. Then when you have something to offer them, they're there chomping at the bit. So that said, I think these are 3 keys that we want to put in our cheat sheet. So we're going to fire that back to Leon. Love it. You've got a rock solid trio that builds demand before the course is even built. Here's how your cheat sheet is shaping up. First time course creators, pain is what if no one buys? Solution, pre-sell or run a beta, nail the promise and outcome, grow your audience in advance. Next step, let's name it. What 5 irresistible title options, or do you want 5 title options now? I'm fine with the steps. We're not going to change these steps now, but you could tweak those. You could say, no, let's change this a little bit. Maybe let's add a 4th or a 5th step. Totally up to you. Leon will work with you to make it great, but you're still the one kind of steering the ship. But we're going to let this go for now for ease of speed. And we're going to say, let's get the title options. Title options, please. Now, Leon is also trained in how to craft a hot title, because every element of your steps along your lead magnet conversion are important. What is your title? That has to be enticing. It has to excite people. And so Leon is trained in how to make a great title. So here we're looking at it. Will it sell? 3 steps to validate your course first. The first time course creators pre-sell cheat sheet. That's actually not bad. Sell before you build, a 3-step course launch shortcut. Not bad either. No buyers, no problem. The pre-launch confidence plan, that's pretty good. Validate your course ideas in 3 simple steps. So all of these are decent, but we're going to take it and we're going to make it even better. I'm just going to teach you guys a little bit. And you could also have Leon reiterate this time and again, time and again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, no buyers, no problem. And we're going to put that there because notice this title. What was our main pain point? Our main pain point, we told it, was people feel like if they create their course, nobody will buy it. So that's their top of mind. So they see no buyers, no problem. Then that's going to spark their interest. So keeping in mind, what did we start with and why is this title important? So I'm going to say this looks good, but let's spiff it up. Make it more irresistible. Okay, so we're just going to tell Leon this. We want it to be even better. We like it, but let's see if he can make it better. So we give that extra little nudge, and we gave the first one to go from. Here, this is kind of cool. No buyers, no problem. Steal my 3-course validation plan. That's kind of cool. People like that idea of like, ooh, I'm going to get someone else's stuff here. This is pretty neat. So that's a good adjustment. No buyers, no problem. Nail your course launch in 3 simple steps. Super important. And again, Leon's trained in this. The things that motivate people to actually jump in and take advantage of something are typically they want things to be easier, faster, better, stronger. All of those are key words that help. And so saying it's 3 simple steps, that's appealing to people. They go, oh, this is going to be easy. They want the easy button. Okay. So that's, again, a nice addition there. No buyers yet. This 3-step plan proves your course will sell. This is nice because people often love proof. But I kind of like this first one best. Steal my 3-course validation plan. We're going to take this, and I love that it even says here, this adds urgency and steal-worthy intrigue. Like, what is worth it for somebody to steal? So that is pretty cool title. So we're going to go with that. Okay. Boom. So we've now selected the title. So we popped that out to Leon, nailed it. That title is confident, curiosity piquing, and ultra clear. Here's your next piece. Cheat sheet description, under 200 words, skimmable. This is important now. Remember, your title is your first point of like getting the interest. Now they're interested enough to read your description. No buyers, no problem. Steal my 3-step course validation plan. Worried your first course won't sell? Again, we're hearkening back to what keeps them up at night. You're not alone, and you don't have to build a thing before you feel confident it will. This quick cheat sheet gives you my proven 3-step process to validate your course idea, attract the right people, and even get early sales before you even record a single session. This is all very appealing. This is the way I would frame something if I was, trying to guide people into this. This is how you want to do it. Inside, you'll learn how to pre-sell or run a beta with real buyers, nail your course promise so it sells itself, grow a ready-to-buy audience before you launch. These are all very appealing things to walk away with. And Leon has crafted this nice and easy for you. Perfect for first-time creators who want clarity, confidence, and customers fast. Remember the other thing I said people want? They want easy, but they also want speed. Okay, so getting something fast is super important. Moving on, I think this is a great description, by the way, so we're not even going to tweak it, but you certainly could. Moving on, want me to generate PDF layout notes now, or would you like to tweak the copy first? I don't think this needs tweaking, so we're going to leave that copy for the description as it is, and we're going to say, go for the PDF. Okay, so Leon, awesome. Here's the layout plan to turn your cheat sheet into a clean, skimmable PDF, 1-2 pages max. Title, big bold, centered at top, no buyers, no problem. Below that, steal my 3-step course validation plan. This is our layout. Section 1, short intro. Worried your first course won't sell? You're not alone. Section 2, the 3 steps, each with headline and 1 or 2 lines. Pre-sell or run a beta. Offer a stripped-down version for early adopters. Get real feedback and proof it sells. 2, nail the promise and outcome. Make your course sound irresistible. Focus on the transformation, not the info. This is key. And again, one of the things that Leon is trained in. Grow your audience in advance. Attract the right people before you launch. Start with value-driven posts, polls, or freebies. Final section is your call to action. Want help launching your course with buyers already lined up? Then you would put in, notice he's requesting here, add a button or link here to your paid offer or a booking page. So keeping in mind the other piece of a lead magnet, what it should do is, and I look at it like this. I'm going to stop the share for a moment for just a little sidebar of teaching. So a high quality lead magnet also serves a big purpose. Remember, it's there to solve a top of mind problem. But guess what? When that problem is solved, it should set up the next problem. And that next problem should lead them into your world, either your paid program or a webinar or something deeper into their customer journey with you. So I'm going to give you a real world example. One of my lead magnets is called the Ultimate Lead Magnet Playbook. Short, quick, easy, how to build a lead magnet. When people opt in for that and they get it done, it sets up a problem. If they followed my instructions, now they have a great lead magnet. Well, now they got another problem. Anybody dare to guess what that might be? If you think you know what it might be, pop something in the chat. I'll give you a moment to see. They've just built a lead magnet. My system helped them do that. What's their next problem? Who to give it to? Very good. That's not 100% on, but you're like 90% there. And I'll just reframe a little bit of what you're saying with that. How to market. Again, that's close. The problem it creates is, okay, now I have this lead magnet. Well, how do I get it in front of eyeballs? So that could kind of fall into how to market it, could kind of fall into who to give it to. That's why I said those are really close. But the thing is, you got to get it out there. You got to plaster it in front of the right eyeballs. And where that plays in our world is someone's now created a lead magnet. Well, guess what? We run giveaways where we put your lead magnet in front of hundreds of thousands of eyeballs. That is the next problem. And that brings people into our world further and hopefully into becoming one of our paid customers for that. So we're going to go back to Leon now. And so we don't need to put that in just yet. Well, actually, let's do that. Let's say, as an example, in this case, for the people who are trying to create their course, maybe we want to do a discovery call. Maybe at this point, we want to get on the phone with them. So I'm going to just say, let's offer a discovery call. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. Let's offer a discovery call first, and it'll ask us about the Gamma piece again. So now we've told it where our lead magnet should send people with a call to action when it's done. And you notice it says, perfect. The discovery call is the ideal next step. Here's your polished CTA, your call to action for the PDF. Final section, call to action. Ready to launch with confidence and real buyers? Let's talk. Book a free discovery call to map out your next steps and make sure your course idea is set up to sell before you build a thing. And then that's where we would put our link. Now we still need to give it the link, and then it will add it in, or we just add that later. You could, here it even says, I'm even ahead of Leon, but Leon's already got it. You can swap in your actual link when you're ready. And then finally, you want me to turn this into a Gamma slide deck now so you can export it as a clean professional PDF. Now, for some of you may be thinking, a slide deck? Why a slide deck? I just want a PDF. The slide deck serves you in two areas. And one, I will say this, I've been building lead magnets of my own for over a decade. And the way I usually build them, I love Gamma, of course, now that Gamma is out, but Gamma wasn't always there. I would build them inside Keynote or PowerPoint as slides because I have total control over the graphics, the look, the imagery, everything until I build that slide exactly the way I want it, slide by slide, and then I export that as a PDF. So all of a sudden, now, boom, I've got this page by page PDF, but I created it in a presentation slide deck. So we're going to say, let's go is all we got to say here because he's asking, do we want to put this into a slide deck? So we say, let's go. Now notice it's creating a little bit of a different style here and format. So we're going to take a look at this. And no buyers, no problem. Steal my piece, worried, blah, blah, goes on and on. And now it's going to say all set. Your lead magnet is now formatted as a clean, high converting slide deck script ready for Gamma. And below we have our instructions on how to use Gamma. Now, Gamma is free as long as you're doing slides of 10 or fewer. And so you don't have to pay for Gamma. So it's an extra AI software. And we have the link to it right here. So I'm going to jump back and forth between pages so that you can see when I go to instructions, but I want to show you how clear the instructions are. So we're over here in Gamma. You can see I've been playing with lots of different lead magnets, and we're going to click Create New. That's what the instructions said. Click Create New AI, which is what we just clicked. And so that brings up this. Back to the instructions, it says select paste in text. And Leon says, paste the full content I just gave you. So to do that, we got to copy it here. So you notice we have our copy button up here. So we're going to copy that. And now we can go back over here, click paste in text and paste it. So we're just going to put everything that we were given right there. Easy peasy. The next instructions are click generate from outline. Okay, so we go back to Gamma, generate from notes or an outline, boom, continue to prompt editor. Now, sometimes it may not say every little piece, but once you've clicked something, look for where's the button to advance. Now, in Gamma, now we're inside Gamma still, you have options to make changes in here. You can make it more detailed, you can make it extensive. This gives you the look of who are you writing it for? Aspiring course creators and solo entrepreneurs looking to validate and sell an online course. The tone, confident, actional, conversational. You could change any of this to be your own tone. If you feel like it should be more like this, heart-centered, or what other words you might use to describe your communication style. You could fine-tune who it's being written for, all of that. And below you have an option of themes. Now here we have one that we've saved kind of like an infinite leads theme template. So we're going to stick with that for now, but you could also create your own template to use so that all of your stuff has continuity. And here's where we can make any changes if we want to change any of the details of any of these cards. And so we're going to leave them as they are for now. We could add more, we could take away, we could alter. Sky's the limit. But we're going to go ahead and just click generate. Okay, and again, that's in the instructions here. It's, generate from outline, scroll and continue. So that's what we've done. Pick a theme. We did. Click generate. We did. Then it's going to say review and edit. Oops, right there. So now we're going to look back over to Gamma, see how it's doing as it is creating our slide deck. The question in the chat while I'm doing this, what is Gamma? Gamma is not my AI. Gamma is a freestanding AI that is free to the public. LeOn just helps you use Gamma because it works really well and it's free to help you finalize your lead magnet. So that's all that you missed in that, Dinah Lynn. This is a free software that you guys could go to right now, gamma.ai or gamma.app, it looks like. Okay. And here we have it. So now it is complete. No buyers, no problem. Steal my 3-step course validation plan. And here's the bit that talks about the pain point. Worried your first course won't sell? You're not alone. Covers all of those details. Here's the 3-step validation piece. Now we could break this out and we could say, hey, you know what? Put each one of these on its own slide. Certainly easy for us to do. And then the call to action. Ready to launch with confidence? And here's book our free discovery call. Now you want to be sure that you've attached your link to this beforehand so that it will take them where they want to be. You can change the photographs. Okay. And by the way, these are all AI generated. So yours to fly with. You don't have to pay for any royalty rights for photographs. These are AI and you're good to go. So this is your finished, easy little cheat sheet of 4 slides. Next, if we go back over, and I want to be sure I'm showing you this exactly how you would do it step by step. It says here after that, number 10, share, export, PDF, PNG, or PPT. So we're going to go back over to Gamma. We're going to do that. We're going to share. You see the share button in the top menu bar, share. And we're going to share this. We're going to export it. And here are our options. We're going to export it as a PDF. So boom, now we have our full deliverable, immediately available lead magnet. Now, does LeOn stop there? No. But we do have our lead magnet, but there's more to it that I also want to be sure that LeOn helps you in. So he gives some other options. Use Canva to design a cover image, then upload it to my eCover Maker for a 3D mockup. Now, my eCover Maker is my recommendation for your mockups. And I will just go there real fast to show you all what a mockup is for those of you who may not know. I'm going to get signed into my account here. Already logged in, redirecting to the dashboard. Here we go. So these are mockups we've done in the past for things that we offer. So let me just show you one here as an example. We are promoting our, what's the best way to go to this? There we go. This is our YouTube channel that, oh, by the way, the replay of this will be available on our YouTube channel tomorrow. So you'll be getting a link to it. We hope that you'll subscribe while you're there. But this is the image of that. And when we've decided on the layout, we want to have it on a laptop. And so when we're ready, we just click finalize. So whatever image you create, you finalize, and then boom, it puts it right on this device. Okay, in this case, it's the laptop. That's one that we've done. Now, I want to show you guys how you would make one from scratch real quickly here. This is totally a sidebar. This is, again, not our software, but I want you to know the good way to create because your image is critical. You want your image to match the value. This gives perceived value to it. So we're going to go down here. They often have free mockups. So all of these are free. You can do any of these. Let's pull one of these free ones right now. They do have a huge variety of ones that you would pay for. But guess how much you pay? A whopping $4.95. If you've chosen one, you check it out all the way to the end, and if you like it, you click buy now, and it's $4.95. But they have a ton that are free. So let's look. Let's say we are creating a guide. Let's just use. Well, let's see what else it might have here first. Oh, this is nice and easy. It's a little binder laying open. Let's choose this one. And so we choose the mock-up style that we want to create. Now, remember, we just created a cheat sheet. So it's only 4 pages, but we're going to use it like it's a little binder thing. So then what we would do is we would go to put in our image. So you would click upload images. And you can see I've already got a bunch uploaded in here. So we're going to pick one that we're using for our cruise directory. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one from our new media cruise. It's going to put it in there. Okay. And then I'm going to just stretch it a little bit because you need to fill up all that white zone. And so I'm just stretching this. You could also design your work in advance to match the needs. But once we've put our graphic there, this is how simple it is. We click finalize and we say render the mockup. Takes a little bit to do it, but it's going to put it right there for us. And because this was a free mockup, I just download it. It's mine now. It didn't cost me a dime. So you guys can use, that's myecovermaker.com. And it's great for creating these very professional looking images to go along with your lead magnet. That's why we wanted to be sure you had this, because it's another critical piece of being able to convert well. All right, so now we're going to go back to LeOn. And so LeOn gives this recommendation for you. And then he moves beyond that. Want help building your opt-in page or congrats page next? So we're going to go for the opt-in page. Each of these elements that LeOn helps you with are critical in increasing incrementally small improvements in your conversion. Better title means more people will read your description. Better description means more people will look at your image, or maybe the image comes first. But each of these has to be attractive to keep people moving to click the opt-in button. And what they're going to click first is not the opt-in button, because remember, they're just seeing this somewhere. They're going to have to click a link to take them to that page where they opt in, right? And so on the opt-in page, this is another area that LeOn's trained in, which is keep it simple. I see so many people whose opt-in page talks people out of it. Like, remember, you have to keep in mind, how did they get on that page? They had to have clicked a link somewhere. That page is not randomly just out there, an opt-in page. They had to have clicked something to take them there. So it means they're already interested. They probably saw your description. They saw your image. They go, oh, that looks good. They clicked it. It took them there. Don't say too much and make it a squeeze page. And for those of you who don't know what a squeeze page is, a squeeze page is they have only two ways to go. They can opt in or get out. That's it. No other links there. I've seen so many people who put it on their website and they got the menu bar. You are losing conversions, I promise you, because people will show up there and then they'll start looking around your website. And the next thing you know, they've forgotten why they came there, or maybe the phone rings or an email pops in or their family's calling them to dinner or whatever happens. You lose conversions. Make it a squeeze page. And LeOn knows this. So the opt-in page copy, minimal text, headline, no buyers, no problem. Steal my three-step course validation plan. You could have a second subset there, subheadline, worried your first course won't sell. This cheat sheet shows you how to feel confident and even make sales before you build a thing. That's the max you want on that page. 2 to 3 sentences total, no more. Now, here, LeOn is suggesting this, and I'm going to retrain LeOn, because I would say, LeOn, don't put that there. It's just too much on this piece. Now, can it help convert somebody? Maybe, but it could also slow them down in the process. And you don't really need it, because again, they were already interested when they got there. Trust that that's why they showed up, and let them opt in. Then you have your form, enter your email to get instant access. That's what you would put on the button. And then this is just instruction to you. No navigation, no distractions, just value. That's how your opt-in page should be built. Next is your congrats page. Now, congrats page, confirmation page, some people call it a thank you page. We call it the congrats page because I want you to congratulate this person. You don't have to thank them, because they just got value from you. They should be thanking you. You congratulate them on taking a good first move. So we're going to tell it congrats page. So we're going to have LeOn build your congrats page for you. And when I say build, it doesn't do the page build. It tells you what to put on your page, because every person who uses this, you're each got your own CRM, your own page builder, whatever you use, and each one is uniquely different. This is just going to tell you the content of that page. So here we go. You got it. Here's a clean, clear congratulations page to keep momentum high and lead them toward your discovery call. Notice LeOn is in action for you in your court. Here's your copy. Headline, you're in. Your cheat sheet is on its way. Now, I'm going to talk about this for just a moment, because this is critical as well. And I'll stop the screen share for a moment while I cover this. This is critical that, and I was doing this wrong for the longest time. I would have on my delivery page, my confirmation page would actually be the download. And don't do that. The reason you don't want to do that is, guess what? Someone can give you a fake email, go to that page, get their free gift, and guess what? You've got a crappy email in your list now. If you instead tell them, as this will show them, that they have to have put in their right email because the gift is being emailed to them. It's still being happening immediately. Okay. We're still honoring the immediately available, but it's emailed to them. This will confirm that if they really want it, they've given you their correct email address. So I want to be real clear that you say a line like this: you're in, your cheat sheet is on its way to you now. Body, next part. Check your inbox for no buyers, no problem. It's packed with the exact steps to help you feel confident your course will sell before you build. Super critical that it states it this way. It's the idea is to get them into looking for your email and making sure they find it. Get it out of their spam folder if that's where it went. Put it on them to go and do that. And that's what this copy here should do. Notice too, it reiterates the name of the free gift. This is important so they feel the continuity. They feel like, oh, this was not a bait and switch. I wasn't sent somewhere else. That is the gift I signed up for. I also recommend putting an image, your image again on this page. Then LeOn goes on to say, but don't stop there. Let's map out your next step together. Book a free discovery call. Let's make sure your course idea is set up for sales from day one. And then you would put your button for book a discovery call. Now this is also critical. This is super valuable real estate. The person landing here has just raised their hand and signed up for your free offer. They've just jumped into your world and on your list. Make sure you have another step for them. They may be super excited and go, oh, I can't wait. I'm chomping at the bit. If you've got a discovery call ready for them or a webinar or whatever that next action is, put it on your discovery page. I'm sorry, you're on your confirmation page. Super critical, great, valuable real estate. And then we have here bonus points. Add a follow me on Instagram or Facebook prompt if you want to grow your socials here too. So again, LeOn is coaching you just like I would. Okay. LeOn is like having me in your back pocket. So I would say, great. Now they're there. Prime real estate. Let's also get them to join your Facebook group or to follow your podcast or to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Whatever else you have that's related to the free gift, send people there. This is going to help you to grow your following tremendously. All right. Once you've got that built out, again, it's a very simple page to create, your congrats page. Next move, ready to get this out there and grow your list, or do you want help with mockups or gamma export? So we've already done all that. So let's just say ready to get it out there. Oh, spelled it wrong there. Okay, let's go. You've got everything you need to start building your list with confidence. Here's where to plug in and start collecting leads fast. Top distribution moves. Submit it to giveaways, which I spoke about earlier. That's what we do at Infinite Leads. We run hundreds of giveaways every year, and you can get your lead magnet in these and get exposure to hundreds of thousands of people. You can either go check out our website there, or LeOn will say, hey, go to our calendar. And maybe you just want to get a single giveaway as a one-off. And then promote on social and stories, tease the pain, worried no one will buy, then drop the link to your opt-in. Put this in your social media out there. And again, LeOn being ever so helpful, want to help making a quick Canva cover or my eCover Maker 3D mockup to level up your promo virals. Again, that's where that image would go really well. If you're putting a social media post, put that image out there. People are attracted to images when they see those in the feed. So this is LeOn. We don't need to take it further because we already kind of covered the My eCover Maker. So I'm going to stop for a moment here with that piece. And I'm going to say we've done this with a ton of training included with it in 44 minutes. If I wasn't talking so much, you guys could have done that in 20 or less. All right, we have a question in the chat. Michael, do you attempt to get them to double opt into your email before sending the free gift to their inbox? I've set it up so they immediately get a double opt-in link to their inbox. Then the second they opt in, the free gift goes to them. If they don't opt in, they get a free gift in about 15 minutes. Your thoughts? That's a good question, Dr. Marnie, and I do not use double opt-in. By the way, most I would say all high-level marketers do not use double opt-in, and I'll explain why. And for those of you who may not know what double opt-in is, we'll cover that as well, because this is a great question and super important. Most don't use it because the challenge is if someone opts in, and a double opt-in means they click to opt in, your system sends them an email in which they have to go to that email and say, yes, I did this. That double opts. So now then they get the other email that they're supposed to receive. That's called double opting in. Most, really, I don't know a single high-level marketer who uses double opt-in. And the reason is those opt-in emails, such a high percentage end up in spam folders and never get the double opt-in for. And so what you'll end up seeing, and you could probably, if you've been doing this, Marnie, you could probably go through your list and look at all the people who've never confirmed. Literally, I did it that way for a while, and you'll have all this list where it says unconfirmed, 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 unconfirmed. And it's just, to me, it's you're losing out. And the reason someone would want to do that, let me cover this, because this is the why you might want to do that. If the customer has double opted in, typically your emails will go to them from a higher ranked server. What does that mean? A higher ranked server means its deliverability is going to be bigger. More will get to the inbox as opposed to the spam folder. The lower ranking the server that's sending has a higher chance of ending up in spam folders. The difference is, and this has been tested time and time again, and it's why these billion-dollar companies don't do double opt-in, because the loss is greater than the return. You will get plenty of people who can still get your email. Even if your deliverability drops a little bit, you lose far more with all those people who never double opt in. So that's why I don't know anybody who uses it. No, you don't have to do that legally. Some providers, CRM providers. So, and I'm going to just name a few that you guys will probably be familiar with: MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, Entreport, Kajabi, Kartra, Go High Level. All of these, and they rank as they grow. Okay, so like the smallest baby ones, I would call baby CRMs, because they don't do everything that these bigger ones can do, would be like MailChimp and Aweber. They're great for just sending out your email. Some may ask or require that you have double opt-in. If they do, switch providers. They're not doing you a service. They're doing it because they want their server to be crystal clear and get bigger deliverability. But trust me, you don't need to do it. I wouldn't do it. And it's not, you're not legally required to. So, but some platforms may make you. And so I avoid those. Most platforms do have the option. So our primary, I use 3, but our primary is CRM, or primary CRM is Entreport. And you can have it set to double or single. And I just have it always set to single. And typically the same will go with Kajabi, Kartra, many of those others. You can choose. All right. Lisa asks, can LeOn create a visually graphic one-pager or just slides like PPT? LeOn can, but that's not LeOn's trained area. So you could ask LeOn, say, hey, LeOn, can you create for me an image? I've done it. They're not that good. So I defer to the other ways that we've talked about, because you want it to be really a good one. And one thing you could do is, and a question for Dr. Morgan, I don't know if Keep requires it. I kind of don't think they do, because I know a lot of people who use that, and I've never had to double opt in. The thing that you'll want to do or could do is the Gamma banner that it creates for your header. And I'll go back to screen share to show you all what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're just going to pop back over here into Gamma, and we're done with that. This image here, you could use this as your cover. Now, the reason I wouldn't use it as a cover is because it's just such a wide format. But if you could create it that it was more of a, you could take elements from that and turn it into more of a square or slightly profile, like a portrait shot. Those I think are more effective, square or portrait, for creating your cover. But you could play with it a little bit. And essentially your cover, I'm going to show you a couple here so that you all can check it out. And I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the chat while we're doing it. This is one of my lead magnets that is a good example to show you guys stuff. So, okay, michaelneely.com/gift. So I put that in the chat in case any of you want it. It's my podcasting lead magnet, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So notice my graphic here that's in this. It looks like a little booklet. Okay. Not a thick book. It looks like a booklet. It's a guide. It's short. You don't want them to think it's this big old encyclopedia. So it's a little booklet. Notice the text is big enough to read in its entirety right here. It's got the picture of me pointing to it, and then the one from the other side over there. This is all just to direct attention. Those of you who've known me for a while, you know that I have a background in theater. I was a professional actor for 20 plus years. And one of the early things I learned on stage was about throwing focus. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but you can do it, play with it in the street. It's actually kind of fun. But if you are on stage and you look to something over there, and everybody goes to look, what's he looking at? And that's throwing focus. Okay. You can do it outside sometime. Be walking down the street and look up at a big building and point. That's throwing focus. Everybody around you is going to go, what's she looking at? Okay. So it's why you see a lot of pictures with entrepreneurs pointing at something. They're throwing focus. So we're putting focus on the title here. 2 sentences. Seriously, you're not podcasting yet? Sentence number 1. 2, get my free guide to launch your podcast with ease and speed. Squeeze page, no other links anywhere. They can opt in or get out. So we're going to go ahead and opt in because I want to show you the next page. Okay, so this is the graphic, and again, back to the graphic question of that is this is why you want to have your graphic. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You can take the words that you got for your title, take an image that Gamma created, or create your own image, or get a picture of you with it. It's more about the words and the title and the look. This having a 3D mock-up gives it a little better professional feel than just having a flat image there, right? And every little bit of perceived value incremental increase improves your conversion metric. Okay, and we want to make improvements all along the way. So now we're going to click Get Immediate Access. So it's processing and opting me in. And now it takes me to a thank you page. Congratulations page. Notice, remember I said earlier, we really want to congratulate them. Congratulations on claiming my free guide. And I have the picture there to back it up. So they know they're getting that continuity. So now they feel more comfortable. Yeah, that's what I just opted in for. The title of it's right here, the simple 5-step process to launch a Rockin' podcast in 14 days. And then the sentence, I've sent the details in an email to your inbox and they should arrive shortly. Then the next calls to action. Now I have 2 here and I see a mistake on one because this still says Podcasters Cruise. We've rebranded it. It's now the New Media Cruise. The dates are the same. Everything else is the same, but the name of the cruise. So this is their next call to action. Now here's the thing. If someone wants to have a podcast, they've opted in for this gift. So I know they're interested in podcasting. Well, they're probably a good candidate to want to go on a cruise with a whole bunch of other podcasters, right? And that's coming up in November, just a little over 2 months from now. And so they could get the details here. It would take them to the ticketing page. And then I also say, hey, come play with other podcasters and podcasters in the making in our super supportive community on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. That's it. There's no other real action here. This is great real estate. They're now going to go to look to their inbox to see what's next. But right now, I'm guiding them further into my world. Is this making sense for everybody? Can I get in the chat like got it? If this is everybody's following along and it's all making sense. I want to make sure you're here too. Because I can only see a few of you when I'm in screen share. Okay, there we go. Peggy's getting it. Hey, Peggy, great to have you here. Great stuff, Gary. Thank you. Jeff Cade, awesome. Mary, excellent. Can we do a call to action for a consult or an event? Absolutely. So this you could put multiple calls to action here. You've got a captive audience. So this is great material. You could put 3 or 4 calls to action. You don't want to overburden them so they're thinking too much, but think what would be the best next logical step that you have available. All right. And then pop that in there. And by the way, I had one of my podcasting students had a kind of a complaint / question. He was like, Michael, my podcast is going well, but I'm not getting anybody transferred over to my list. Nobody's taking my lead magnet. And so I'm like, well, what's the lead magnet you're offering? He's like, I'm offering a discovery call. I said, well, there's your problem. He's like, what do you mean? That's 30 minutes of my time. That's super valuable. Do you know how much I charge for half an hour? I said, yeah, but here's the thing. It's also 30 minutes of their time. And their time is more valuable to them probably than your time. And it's not immediately available. So it's not immediately available. It's not easily consumable. So you're shooting yourself in the foot. I said, give them something immediately available, easily consumable. Then on the thank you page, offer the discovery call. And so he shifted that, turned his world around. So don't lead with your a discovery call. It's just it's a mistake. I mean, I'm not saying don't ever put it out there, but just don't lead with it. You won't get as many people. And the other part is the same thing with a live event. Like you see this, I could have had a thing going, hey, come join our Podcasters Cruise, even though it's not really free. But let's say I put out a free webinar. Well, guess what? That webinar date is not until some point in the future. So it's not immediately available. I'm going to get fewer opt-ins because, and the other piece is if the date doesn't work for them, they're a no. I want this to sink in. If I give them something available as a date based and the date doesn't work for them, they are a no. So they're sayonara. Now we're out of contact until maybe someday in the future, they'll see another one of my lead magnets. Don't let that happen. Give them something they can get right now. Offer the other stuff later. All right. And yes, Gary wrote in today, almost all people know a discovery call equals a sales pitch. Absolutely. I just don't sign up for those ever because of that. So yeah, some will, because maybe there are a few who don't realize it yet. And maybe some people do discovery calls that aren't, in which case, try it. I'm not saying don't do it, but yeah, you're not going to get very much with those because people have gotten savvy. All right. So we're going to put Leon to bed for a moment because Leon is younger than Aria. Actually, Leon's older than Aria, but just a little metaphor there that we're going to get to Aria now. Aria is Leon's sister. Now, what happens with Aria is, and we're going to go over and bring her up. Aria is a kind of an acronym for attract, retain, influence, and automate. And what ARIA does is your entire email sequence. Now, imagine you've got a copywriter in your back pocket, but more than that, you've got a copywriter that's been trained by me on how to build the best converting email sequences. So ARIA is here. Okay. So ARIA, attract, retain, influence, and automate. And with ARIA, what makes it super simple is she's got one question as well. Hey, Aria, can you help me with my emails? So remember, with Leon, we just kind of created a problem. And if you've been following along, every time you fix something, if you guys get Leon, great. You fixed a problem. Well, now you got a few other problems that open up. One is, oh crap, now I got to write all those emails. Okay. So when someone gets your lead magnet, they got to get that welcome email right away. Remember, we said check your inbox. Well, that email has to be written. Well, RA is going to help you with that. But then after that email, well, now they need to be indoctrinated. And what do I mean by indoctrination? I know that can sound harsh and everything, but it simply means what do you do in that first week of someone just joining your list to get them to look for your emails, open them with excitement, and engage? That's your indoctrination sequence. That's what it's designed to do. And Aria knows this. She's trained in this the way I've taught her, and she's going to help you with this. So, hey, Aria, can you help me with my emails? Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm here for. Let's start at the beginning so I can craft the right emails for you. What's the lead magnet, the freebie or opt-in, that you offered that someone that got someone to join your list? And who's your ideal audience? Coaches, authors, speakers, whatever. Once I have that, I'll write your high-performing welcome email. Now, I'm retraining Aria still a little bit. I'm going to have another question added here that if you've already got your lead magnet, you can just upload it. Okay. But we're going to ask Aria, say, hey, can I just upload my lead magnet? And Ari says, yes, absolutely. Go ahead and upload your lead magnet here. Once I review it, I'll craft a custom welcome email that delivers a freebie and starts building the relationship with your subscribers. Okay, so we're going to go, I think I downloaded that. Yep, here it is. So I downloaded it as a PDF, the one we just created in LeOn. Okay, so I've got multiple monitors in front of me. So you see me looking all over the place. It's dragging and dropping and moving stuff. Okay, so we're going to take that PDF we just uploaded or just downloaded from Gamma, and I'm uploading it here to ARIA. And we're going to click send. Oh, file is still uploading. There it goes. Okay, and we're sending this to ARIA. Perfect. I reviewed your lead magnet. No buyers, no problems. Still my 3-step course validation plan. It's clear, actionable, and speaks directly to first-time course creators who are worried about wasting time building something no one buys. Great positioning. Now, here's a custom welcome email that congratulates the new subscriber, delivers the freebie, begins building trust, teases your indoctrination sequence. This is all training that I had a question at the last time we did this. Someone said, well, couldn't I just have ChatGPT help me with all this? Yeah, but it's not trained. It's not trained in all the stuff, the years of experience I have with this, bringing it to the table. So you want to tease your indoctrination sequence in this welcome email. And it's going to set expectations about email frequency. These are all critical elements. And by the way, just so you guys know some of my background as well, I was trained at digital marketer and as an email specialist. So this is where I got a lot of my background. And then the rest of it's from years and years of experience in this world. So here's the first one, subject line, you're in. Here's your course validation blueprint. Okay. Next, that's the subject line. Hey, first name, congrats on taking the first step toward building a course that actually sells. Here's your copy of no buyers, no problem. Notice here, download your blueprint now. This is where you put the link that will deliver the gift that you gave them. Now, we're going to take another little sidebar here. I think I should write a book about all this and have all these little sidebars because they're important. It's a little sidebar on this. You've got 2 ways to deliver this. And there's a third that is an absolute no-no. The absolute no-no is don't send them an email with the PDF attachment. Okay? People tend to not like to click on attachments in emails, and rightfully so, because you don't know what you're getting. All right. So don't send it as an attachment. That's the no-no. The other 2 options are you could have the link here that when they click on it, it actually downloads right to their computer, right? Don't do that. It'll work. It'll be fine, but don't do that. And the reason you don't do that is because, again, you have these people who are engaging right now. This is automated, right? So you're not there with them. This is an automated email they got. But if you were with them, you would go, okay, well, great. Here's the lead magnet. Do you need anything else? But guess what? If they just click a button and it downloads, you can't ask them that. So what you do is you have this link, send them to the delivery page. Okay? Send them to the delivery page. So I'm going to just do a quick look over here. I was hoping that I had my email that would send me to my delivery page, but I don't see it there, and I don't want to take a lot of time up with that. But your delivery page is, again, great real estate. Once they click the link that takes them to the delivery page, there you would have the download button. And there they could click to get that download immediately, right? But guess what? While they're there, invite them to your discovery call, invite them to your webinar, invite them to your cruise, whatever the next step is, you've got another opportunity to stack your calls to action. Because you know if someone lands on that page, man, they're interested. They're downloading my free gift. Use that real estate. All right, so back to ARIA. Okay, so that's the button to download it, or the link to download it. Takes them to the page. Now, it may say download your blueprint now, but send them to a page to click the download. This cheat sheet walks you through my 3-step method to get real demand from real people. So when you launch, you've got buyers ready and waiting. This is the next critical piece. Over the next few days, I'll send you a few short emails to help you Avoid the biggest mistakes. Start testing your idea, even if you don't have an audience. Get real feedback and real cash before you build a single lesson. Important, this is called the tease. Now we're letting it know, we're going to be letting them know, we're going to be sending more valuable stuff. Well, when they see this, they're going to now be what? Looking for your email. That's indoctrination. That's the habit forming you're trying to build with them. And you're going to do this every day for the next 5 to 7 days. All right. And you, again, say, don't worry, I won't be emailing you daily forever. This is just a short onboarding series to set you up for success. You got this. I'm here to help, whatever your sign off is. And then boom, want personalized help mapping your course validation plan? We put a soft offer, the PS, it's free. Book a discovery call. You could certainly put any of your soft, and when I say a soft offer, that means it's free, but it is something you want someone to take action on. That's fine to put in your PS in your welcome email. All right, so that's your welcome. This is a finely crafted welcome email to go along with your specific gift. Next, let me know if you'd like help to build the rest of your indoctrination sequence. I'd recommend 5 to 7 day series to continue the momentum. Ready to roll? Let's roll. All right, let's do it. Here's the game plan for your indoctrination sequence. A short daily or near daily email series designed to build trust, show your value, and get subscribers thinking, this person gets me. I want to learn from them. Based on your lead magnet, we'll aim for a 5 email sequence. Here's the outline for email 1. So now it's outlining what your indoctrination emails are going to be about. Remember, we're going to do this for the next 5 days, 7 days. You could skip a day if you want, but I recommend day after day after day for 5 elements. And just so you know, in my own world, the podcasting gift I just showed you, when someone opts in for my podcasting gift, I know they're interested in podcasting. And if they're interested in podcasting, you know what's helpful? How do you monetize a show? I teach 7 ways to monetize a podcast. So my indoctrination, I tell them over the next 7 days, I'm going to teach you 7 different ways to make money from your podcast. Do you think they're going to want to learn that? Yes. And so they're going to be looking for my emails every day. I even get people who write in and go, Michael, I missed email number 4. Can you send that again? That's what you want. That's the purpose of your indoctrination sequence. So here we go with your indoctrination sequence for this. Email number 1, why most courses fail. That's going to be critical. Okay. Email number 2, pre-sell shift. This is a good way to get people thinking. Most people have never thought of selling it before they build it. Okay. And it's critical. I literally don't know any savvy entrepreneur who builds a course before they sell it. They will all sell it first, build it after. You got to validate that you got buyers. Number 3, crafting an irresistible promise. That's what's going to get people in. What is the promise of it? WIFM, as they say, WIIFM. What's in it for me? Let them know that. Email 4, why you don't need a big audience. This is important for them to know because some people may go, gosh, I don't have a big list to sell it to. Who am I going to sell it to? Well, you don't have to have a huge audience. And another piece, number 5, your next step and a real invitation. Recap plus a strong call to action for the discovery call. Okay, you want to keep pushing people towards that. So email number 1, it's all drafted right here for you. And again, here's some critical pieces about this. Now you could tell it, that seems a little short. I want you to flesh it out more. We could certainly do that and we'll practice with that. But the first part I want to show you is this. In the next email, I'll show you a simple way to get paid before you build, no big audience required. What do you think that sentence is going to do? It's going to cue people up. They're going to go, oh, cool. I want to see that. I want to see what you have to say. So now they're looking for your email. I can't pound this in enough, the importance of a great indoctrination sequence. So before we have ARIA move on to number 2, we're going to say, can you flesh this email out a bit more? Okay, let's say you look at it and you go, oh, that email's kind of short, which sometimes I think they might be a little short. And I go, oh, let's add a little more meat to it. Because these are the emails that they're getting daily. And so you want to give them a little more training with it. Okay, perfect. So look at that. Now it's a longer email, digs in a little more, gives them more value, more information. Everything else looks good. Okay. And still, we have in tomorrow's email, I'll walk you through the mindset shift that helped one of my clients pre-sell her course before she created a single lesson. And yes, she made money before building it. That's going to get people's interest in looking at that email. When you're done, you say, let's go to number 2. And ARIA will craft every one of these indoctrination emails for you. So quick, so easy. And you can even give it further guidance. If she's teaching something in it that you feel like is not quite what you would say, change it. This is where you would make the adjustments. And notice after my first command, she's already made email 2 bigger. And again, teasing the next email. You want to always deliver on what you teased, tease the next one. Deliver on what you tease the next one. This is going to keep people excited about your emails, which is what the indoctrination is all about. So we're going to say number 3, and you don't have to write out the full stuff. We're going to go number 3. Okay, she's going to craft number 3. She's going to do this for all 5 of those emails, and then all you have to do is paste these in and queue them up inside your autoresponder in your CRM. Want me to draft it? Let's go. Okay, email number 4 tackles one of the biggest myths. I need a huge audience to make this work. And she's going to set their mind at ease about this. Now, mind you, this is it's a topic I know because I have taught online courses and I have built multiple online courses, so I do know it. But at the same time, I'm not really feeding any of this information to ARIA. I'm just trusting ARIA's stuff. And so let's go with number 5. And ARIA is super knowledgeable because it also employs all the other information that Chad has on top of or underneath of the foundation of all the stuff that I've trained it on about how to build the sequence and what should be in these emails. Okay. And so again, it's like having me in your back pocket. And now she says here that wraps your 5-day indoctrination. Want me to plan your evergreen nurture strategy. Okay. I'm going to stop share again for a moment and check how we're doing on time. So your evergreen nurture strategy, what is this? I want to first just differentiate for some of you in case you don't know the difference between evergreen and broadcast. Evergreen is an email that is equally valid today as it will be 2 months from now, 2 years from now, 2 decades from now. It's evergreen, okay? An example of evergreen would be a lesson that is a tried and true thing. You could say it would be evergreen to say most course creators don't understand this when they first start, but it's vital that you sell your course before you build it. That's that's evergreen. That'll be the same knowledge, for years to come. And so if I did an email that talked about that, that would be an evergreen email. But if I did an email that said, course creators miss out on certain elements that they really should know, sign up for my webinar on January 12th, 2026. Well, guess what? That's not evergreen because after January 12th, 26, it is obsolete. It's dead. It's history. It's gone. Not evergreen. That would be something that would go out as a broadcast email. Okay, now that we know the difference between the two, your nurture sequence should be evergreen. Why? This is why it has to be evergreen. Let's say Mary joins my email list on January 1, and she goes through the indoctrination that first week. January 7, she starts into my nurture sequence. So for the next year, she's going to receive a weekly email, each one nurturing our relationship along. She's getting more value from me, and she's going to receive each of those once a week for a whole year. Now, Joanna joins my email list, but Joanna doesn't join until February 1. So Joanna joins on February 1. On February 8th, she gets put into the nurture sequence. And the email she gets on February 8th is the same email that Mary got on January 8th. And it's just she's at a different place in the sequence. They're both in the sequence, and that's why it has to be evergreen. And you don't have to worry about it. They're going to be going through this sequence. Now, when might you not want them to get a nurture email? Let's say you have people in a nurture sequence and you're getting ready to do a big launch. And you know that during your launch, you're going to be emailing your list every day. Well, you don't want them to also get the nurture sequence, because then on some days they might get 2 emails from you. And you may go, during that time, I'm already going to be emailing them every day. Push pause on your nurture sequence. And depending on your CRM, if you're using a good one, that's easy to do. You just say pause it, and when you're done with the launch, you reactivate it. And wherever they are, they'll stay in the same spot and they'll keep getting their nurture emails. So the importance of nurture is twofold. And I'll go back to Aria in a moment to show you the value of how she adds this whole other dimension to this sequence. But the value of your nurture sequence is that you want to be sure that people don't forget about you. The number of entrepreneurs I've seen who kill their list and then wonder why they have such a crappy open rate. Example one is someone opts into your list. You send them the welcome email and then crickets. You don't email them for a month. Guess what? A month later, they're going to get that email and go, who are you? I don't know you. Opt out. Or worse, they may go, I never opted in for this person's stuff. Complain. Okay. That this was spam. You don't want that. That's why you indoctrinate, and it's why you continue the nurture without pause. If you go too long between emailing someone on your list, the list slowly dies off. Imagine suffocating. You're in a room that's sealed and it runs out of oxygen. Okay. It may take a while, but they're going to forget you. And then when they get that email, if it's been too long, they're going to opt out immediately because they're going to be like, I never subscribed to this list. So you have to do it weekly. Is everybody following this? Just pop in the chat. Got it. Makes sense. Whatever. I just want to know that you guys are getting this, because this is critical that you understand the importance of your nurture sequence. Now, we're going to go back over to Aria. Good. Yep, you guys are getting it. Perfect. We're going back over to Aria because Aria is going to make all this easy for you. Aria will write a whole year or more. I haven't pushed the limits beyond a year, but she will write your 52 email evergreen sequence. So I'm just going to say, let's go. And this is where Aria goes above and beyond. So check this out. Excellent. The evergreen nurture sequence is where the real relationship building happens. This is your long-term visibility machine, showing up consistently in your subscribers' inboxes with value, insight, and gentle offers. Notice it's gentle offers. What is an evergreen nurture sequence? It's a series of weekly emails. Keep your name top of mind, deliver value, trust-building content. You share light calls to action without pressure. The broadcast emails, those are the ones where you're trying to sell more. Nurture is, like it says, you're nurturing. Prevent list fatigue and unsubscribes by being useful. You continue to give people useful content, they're going to love it. The goal isn't to sell in every email. It's to earn attention and trust. So when the time is right, they say yes easily. Now, this is really cool. Ideal sequence, 52 emails, 1 per week for a year, but we'll start with a simple 4 email starter pack, which you can then build on. These emails contain personal story with a lesson, common mistake and a fix, myth busting email, behind the scenes of your process. Let's start with number 1. The moment I knew my course would flop, first course would flop, subject line, I knew it was going to flop and I built it anyway. So this is pretty interesting. And again, Aria's coming up with this on her own. You could give her more support and say, hey, here's a story that happened to me. Create that email. But we're going to see with what she created here. Okay. So, hey, first name, let me tell you about the first time I tried to sell a course. I spent weeks planning, recording, editing. And when I hit publish, I thought I'd wake up to sales. You know what I got? Crickets. No buyers, no emails, not even a this looks cool. It was crushing. And honestly, it almost made me quit. But here's what I realized later. I never validated the idea. I built the course I wanted to create, not the one my audience was actually asking for. That's a huge mistake people make. That one lesson changed everything for me. Now I validate it first. I get real interest, real feedback, and even real sales before building anything. Remember, we want to push them into this thought process of building it, selling it first, then building it. If you're thinking of launching a course, remember this: don't build it in the dark. Shine a light by testing your idea with real people early. You'll save yourself time, stress, and money, and your future students will thank you. That's a great opener email for a nurture, and it's going to be as valid today, 6 months, 6 years. It's valid. Okay. Would you like me to build out email number 2? We're just going to say yes. So this will do this for every step of the 52, but we're doing it one by one in this case to play with it. We could actually say, Aria, I trust you, build all 52. and she would do it. But this, we're just doing this as a sampler for you all to see what her value is there. I'm going to pause for a moment to look over here at the chat. I see Gary says, I'm still nurturing with daily email. Yep. Value added content with very little CTAs. We're at 80 days straight and still get between 15 and 25%. That's awesome. Daily dose of master emails. Love that. Dinah, my niche is not, if my niche is not business, but a deep niche in child development, how will RA know how to write email content for me? Well, I need to give content first. Again, ARIA is built. Imagine the foundation below ARIA is ChatGPT, which, as we all know by now, it's super knowledgeable artificial intelligence. Okay. ARIA is built on top of that. So, like we're doing right now, I didn't tell ARIA any of this stuff, but I can tell you it's pretty brilliant. ARIA knows about course creation stuff because she's reaching out, checking all this stuff on the web from all the other experts out there. And that's what she's coming back with. So in your case, Dinah, I would say you could also train ARIA. You could say, this is my area of expertise. These are the things I believe. This is what I teach. Knowing this, please craft my email sequence based on that. And by the way, a lot of what goes into your lead magnet that we feed into ARIA, she will discern your knowledge and wisdom from your lead magnet even. So that's helpful. And you could also say, hey, especially if you're published on the internet a lot, like you do blog posting or anything, you could say, do this in the style of your own name. Okay, so I'm going to just play with this here. We're going to go off script a little bit for some fun. And don't be afraid to play with, should you get ARIA and LeOn, don't be afraid to play with them. I'm going to say, this is great. I always like to be complimentary to my AIs. This is great. Can you recraft this email using the voice and character of Michael Neely? So you could put in your own information there. Hopefully you spell your name right, unlike me. And I don't know, I guess it doesn't like the word recraft, but we're going to stick with it. And you could put it in to do it in your name and voice. So if you already have some established expertise in the internet, it'll do it. So let's see what it says. Absolutely. Here's the same email written in Michael Neely's voice. Confident, experienced, warm, and grounded. Like a coach who's been in the trenches, knows the traps, and wants to spare you the pain. This it knows me because of what I do on the internet, my YouTube channel, everything else. Okay, Michael Neely style. The mistake most first-time course creators make. Yep. Let me save you from a big rookie move. That sounds like something I would say. Hey, first name, when I created my first course, then it goes through it again. It just changed it a little bit more to the way I might say things. All right. And then at the bottom, it even signs it off. To your success, Michael. By the way, you can tell it, hey, ARIA, this is the way I sign my emails, and tell it, and it'll then craft every email with your signature line. Okay. So then it goes on to say, let me know if you want all your nurture emails written in Michael's voice moving forward. I'm happy to make that tone across the board. Want me to write email number 3 right now? So I'm going to shift gears with ARIA a little bit because we could just repeat this email after email after email. And you can see it does a really great job at crafting these, but I'm going to show you what else it does. And she will do this often on her own, but I'm going to just prompt her to do it. And of course, you guys can do this as well. I'm going to say, let's just outline the rest of the year. This is key because I want to show you an underlying piece that ARIA is doing for you that you may not be aware of. And before we dig into that, I'm going to stop share so you guys aren't reading the screen for a moment because I want to tell you this. When we go to write an email, and by we, I mean I, when I go to write an email, I'm like, okay, what do I want to say right now? And I'm just top of mind, and I will talk about that and put it in the email. ARIA, when she's building this 52 email sequence, she's actually thinking, what is the long-term vision? What is the journey I want to move these people to over the course of a year into my world deeper and ready to buy? I don't have the capacity. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have the capacity to think email to email to email to email because unless I try to write them all at once, but I'm not because just me handwriting, 52 emails would take me a week. I don't think in terms of that longer term. I think what's top of mind right now. ARIA is trained to do better than that. And so I want to show you the outline that she has created here. So perfect. A full year nurture sequence is one of the best strategic assets you can build. It keeps your list warm, deepens trust, and positions you as their go-to guide without exhausting yourself creating new content every week. That's for sure. Here's the 52-week sequence. Each email delivers one insight, lesson, or mindset shift. Like call to action is optional. Months 1 through 3. Now, notice it has a theme for the first 3 months: validation and messaging. Okay, so we want to validate what they're thinking and have them validate their course and get their messaging built in. Then months 4 to 6, we start to dig more into building and delivery, because now they're moving a little further along. We want to go, okay, you validated. How do you build? How do you deliver? And then finally, not finally, but months 7 to 9, how do they launch and scale? Now it's ready. How do they get it out there? How do they scale it? All of that. And then finally, growth and longevity. So you notice already ARIA is thinking in terms of growth over a whole year. And that's one of the great benefits of ARIA that we have. So we could now tell ARIA, yeah, start building these one by one over each email sequence. We could definitely put ARIA to action on that. But for the sake of time and showing you what else ARIA can do, I'm going to say, let's skip that for now. What's next? Okay, so now ARIA's handles your 52-week nurture sequence. Great. A high converting welcome email, a complete 5-day indoctrination sequence, a full 52-week nurture. That's a powerful foundation. What's next? Here's your strategic next steps. Choose what feels most relevant now. A re-engagement campaign. What is that? If you've got cold subscribers, these are people who haven't opened or clicked on your email in 60 to 90 days, I can help you. We're going to write a 5 to 7 email win-back campaign. We're going to offer a small freebie or training to re-spark interest. And if they don't respond to any of those, we're going to clean your list of truly disengaged contacts. This is great for list hygiene and deliverability. This is critical. It's another one of those things most entrepreneurs don't do because they haven't been trained in it. And ARIA is going to help you with that. Then she also has your list hygiene strategy. If you're already segmenting and scrubbing your list, I can help you set engagement tags, map out re-engagement, show you how to automate. Super savvy. ARIA is so helpful here. Lead magnet optimization. Want more subscribers in the door? I can help you turn your current lead magnet into a full mini funnel, add a tripwire offer, increase opt-ins. Metrics. Using a CRM, she can help you to audit your automations, recommend a structure that scales, show you how to track what's working. Just tell me what's next. So really, she was built for the re-engagement campaign. So I'm just going to pop that in, and I want to show you guys real quickly what a re-engagement campaign might look like. Let's see. While she's crafting that, I will look over to the chat again. She's creating a customer arc sequence. Nice. Yes, it is. Isn't it, Gary? That's awesome. Mary says, I really like this. Elise says, could we use ARIA to create a monthly newsletter? Well, absolutely. You just tell her, hey, and maybe we'll do that in a little bit here. So re-engagement first. Excellent. A re-engagement campaign is one of the smartest moves you can make to protect your deliverability, reactivate lost subscribers, and clean your list without burning bridges. Here's how it works. The goal is to win back cold subscribers or gracefully remove them from your list. Yes, if someone hasn't opened my email for 3 months, they're just cluttering up my CRM. If they're not going to respond, I'm going to be like, sayonara, unsubscribe them. The tone, it starts friendly and helpful, escalates to direct and decisive, not angry, direct and decisive. Free gift is an optional small free offer to entice re-engagement. So the structure is email number 1, still interested in blank? Okay, whatever your topic is. Email number 2, you've been quiet. Email number 3, I've got a free gift for you. Number 4, do you still want this? Number 5, last call, you're about to be unsubscribed. Number 6, you've been removed, but here's a way back. Okay, so if you send these to these people in this order, these are, again, we go back to daily emails. If they re-engage, boom, it starts waiting again until another 90 days passes without engagement. Otherwise, they've re-engaged, boom, they stay on your list. But if they don't, it will remove them. So I'm going to tell her, instead of doing it one by one, I'm going to say, craft all 6, please. Because I also want to show you how fast she can be. So I'm just going to jump to the chase. Craft all 6, please. Pop it in there. We'll give her a moment to craft those. And here's the deal with these. It does move from, gentle nudge saying, hey, what's going on? We noticed you haven't been opening our email, to the last one is today goodbye. Like, we're going to finish this. It's funny. I just got an email from somebody whose email I haven't been opening, and I saved it because it was the start of their re-engagement campaign. And I'm like, I always like to see what other people how they're writing their emails. It's almost verbatim from what we've all been trained in. Those of us who've been in this field a while, there's a very much a similar look to it. So here we go with this one. So you got it. Here's your 6-part re-engagement campaign crafted to protect your sender rep and back the right subscribers with empathy and confidence. Assumes you've been inactive for 60 to 90 days. I say 90 days, 60 days, don't worry about. But if they haven't been active for 90 days as you set your settings, do that. Subject line, still want to build a course that actually sells? Good header. Hey, first name, it's been a minute, so I wanted to check in real quick. Are you still interested in creating a course that people actually want to buy? If yes, awesome. You're still in the right place. If not, no hard feelings. You can unsubscribe anytime. Just let me know by clicking any link in this email so I know you're still with me. That clicking of the link resets their clock to another 90 days. Okay. So it's designed to re-engage them. Now, here are then the links that you would put in. You could put in free stuff. You could put in just a question link to say, keep me in, and maybe just clicking that link's all it does. It doesn't have to even go anywhere. It just, your system will register that they clicked it. If you don't click or respond, I'll assume it's time to clean things up. Totally normal. We all outgrow things, but I'd love to keep supporting you if you still want that. Bam. That's your number one. Number two, are you still out there? Hey, no pressure, but I noticed you haven't opened an email for a while. By the way, they only get number two if they didn't open number one. Okay. So they didn't open it. They're still ignoring it. So they get number two. No pressure, but I noticed you haven't opened an email in a while. If your inbox is packed or life's just been doing its thing, I get it, but I don't want to keep sending emails you're not into. If you're still building your course or plan too soon, just click here to stay on my list. Yes, I'm still in. That's all they have to do. The click of a link re-engages. No click, I'll take that as a quiet no thanks and remove you in a few days. Okay. Either way, I appreciate you. Again, it's very soft, it's very kind. Now we move on to Gary's got to go. Okay, I'll catch the last bit of replay. Thank you, Gary. Have a great one and enjoy the replay. Okay, and now over here we have, this is yours if you're still in with me. Hey, blank, all of this going and going and going. And again, no hard feelings. This is good list hygiene. Number 4, quick question. Keep getting emails like this? Number 5, you'll be unsubscribed tomorrow unless, and then it gets a little more decisive and direct. This is your last chance to stay connected. If you want to keep getting tips, tools, and strategies for creating a course that actually sells, just click below. Yes, keep me on your list. You could also put another freebie there to entice them. Otherwise, I'll remove you tomorrow. It's all good either way, but I don't want to keep emailing someone who's moved on. Thanks for being here. And then the final, you've been unsubscribed. You literally would unsubscribe them and send this email and say, you've been unsubscribed, but here's a way to get back in if you want. As promised, I've removed you from my list. No pressure, no hard feelings. If you ever want back in, you can rejoin here and you give them a link to resubscribe, maybe another free offer or something. And if course creation ever finds its way back onto your radar, I'm still here to help you. So I hope this has made sense for that. This is all that ARIA can do in there, and it's really pretty phenomenal. And the two together create an incredible 1-2 punch. Now, some of you may be chomping at the bit to go, okay, these look really good. How do I get them? So let me give you a link, because right now, here's the thing. ARIA and LeOn are custom-built GPTs that are going to be available soon as a subscription. You would subscribe, you'd pay a monthly fee, and you'd be able to use them ad infinitum. As long as you want, they're available to you. However, right now you can get them for a discounted lifetime price. It is a one-time fee and you will own them for life. So let me get you the link to that page and I will pop this in the chat. Okay. And then I'll also pull it up so we can review it real quickly together. And that way, if you guys have any questions about the bundle, you can let me know. So I'm going to go over to open that and I'll go back to screen share so y'all can see the page that I put into the chat. Okay, the dynamic duo behind high converting funnels. LeOn and ARIA, your 1-2 punch for predictable client growth. This talks a little bit about, what the value of them are, which you've seen it firsthand. That's why I'm doing these workshops, so you can get a feel for it. We've got all the deals, ARIA LeOn, no-brainer value, what you're getting, how much it would cost you just in time if you're doing this on your own. You may only be interested in one of them, which you can certainly do. You could get LeOn for $197 for lifetime. You'll get lifetime access for only $197. ARIA, the same thing, $197 lifetime access. You can get them both as a bundle and save an extra $100 and get both for $297. You're actually saving a little over because it would have been, what would it have been for? Yeah, about 400. So you're saving a bit there, over $100. So get, if you want both, you would do that. Now, here's the thing that I'm offering right now. And again, soon these are going to be available only as a subscription model. Right now, you get them for ownership for life. And here's the thing I'm offering as a fast action bonus. If you join today for the bundle, this is only for the bundle, by the way. If you buy the bundle today, we're going to give you access to a free giveaway inside Infinite Leads. That's a $250 bonus value right there. Any of you, I know we have several members who are on the call. If you're already a member, you'll get 4 extra free tokens when you buy this. Okay. So we have 4 free tokens, which is good for another free giveaway. If you're not a member yet, you can just be in a giveaway, $250. Or if you want to join, we'll credit the $250 towards joining. So that is a $250 reward right there. The third piece I'm going to give you is over the next 3 months, starting in October, I'm going to be leading 3 lead magnet reviews. Those calls, again, I'm doing it about a month away because I want you to buy it and I want you to build your first lead magnet and set up that sequence. And then on these 3 free lead magnet review calls, you can join 1, 2, or all 3. Bring in your lead magnet and we'll review it. And I'll tell you what you could do to make it better. Tweak it. What could we do to play with it? Same with your email sequence. If you need more support, if you just have questions about using LeOn and ARIA, you're going to get 3 workshops included when you purchase today. Okay, so I hope you guys will take advantage of this. It's somewhat of a no-brainer in my world, but I get it. Everybody has their own stuff and their own expenses. Maybe you like spending all that time writing emails. Maybe you like all the other time. I don't. And I will add this because it's one thing I've been bringing up at several teachings lately because I see people doing this and I think it's just silly. A wealth-minded person, someone who has a wealthy mindset, will spend money to save time. A person with a poverty or a poor mindset will spend time to save money. I'm sure you've all seen this around where people go, oh no, well, it'll be better if I just do that myself. Not always, okay? Because here's the deal. You can always make more money. You can't always make more time. We can't create time. It is what it is, but we can make more money. So spend more money to save time. And that's why I built these, even for myself, because I create a lot of lead magnets, use a lot of lead magnets. This makes my life so much easier, so much faster. And with the email writing, especially. Now, Elisa McGill just jumped in. Yay, Elisa, I just saw that come through. It popped on my watch even. Awesome. We have another question in the chat, and then I'm going to go back to Aria. I know you said Aria is built on top of chat. I missed the beginning of today's program. Does LeOn have access to what I've trained ChatGPT on? No, they won't. And that's a good question. But and this is specific designed by chat. It may have some information about you and you could clue it in. You could say, hey, review anything you know about me and bring it into this world. And it might be able to do that. But I don't know for sure because I know a lot of and this has been a discussion in a lot of the AI groups that I'm in, that they're saying like, yeah, it's chat is you kind of have to tell it which stuff to keep and what not to retain kind of in its overall brain, if you will. So I even ask my chat sometime, hey, what about these other conversations we've had? Can you pull in? So let's look at your question. And then let's also look at Alicia's question. So we're going to go back over to Aria. And I'm going to say, hey, Aria. Okay, so I just typed in, hey, Aria, can you pull more info about me from my previous chats with ChatGPT? I'd like you to have more of my voice here. Let's see what Aria says. I totally get why you'd want that. Having your authentic voice makes a difference. Right now, though, I can't see your past chats or pull info from previous unless you bring it into this thread. This means if you've shared your voice, writing style, bio, or audience elsewhere, you can copy and paste it. So you can pull one of your other chats that you're talking about, Dinah Lynn, pull one that you feel like you really fed your system some info and paste it in here, and then ARIA will retain it. And by the way, once you've downloaded and used ARIA, you'll find that you can use her again and again, and just it will be retained in that information there with you. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. So that is super helpful. You could also, I do recommend put in your bio, put in something you've written, describe yourself, all of this. It will help make it more in your voice. So it's super easy to do. Just copy and paste something in that you've already done. All right, Dr. Marnie, as a general AI question, how do we protect our IP when we put stuff into AI to train it? Well, much like we see here, these chats are separated. Now, I don't profess to be knowledgeable about the bigger element of like who else is looking at anything in ChatGPT because I don't know. But I can tell you that even the chat that we're doing, it's not looking to other information unless I give it to it. So that it feels protected. And as much as I've been watching lately on ChatGPT, it feels like each of these is somewhat protected in little silos that someone would have to break in to really get it. So I don't worry about it. I've put so much of my IP out here into this, trained it, and I suppose anybody else could try to rip it off, but I haven't worried too much about it. I feel pretty safe with it. Okay, now let's do this other question that Elisa had, which is, can you help me create my monthly newsletter? Can you help me create a monthly newsletter? Absolutely. A monthly newsletter is a fantastic way to keep your audience warm, visible, and connected without the pressure. Let's get clear on a few things so I can tailor it for you. What's your goal? Who's your audience? What kind of content you want to include? The tone and voice, any call to action. Once you answer those, I'll help you create a reusable monthly format, a subject line, a newsletter for this month, optional visual formatting ideas if needed. So boom, ARIA is in, it's like I said, it's like having me in your back pocket to be able to use this. So Dinah Lynn had to run, must go, reach out via email. Perfect. So these two, this dynamic duo, I mean, that's why I call them that, because they really are a powerhouse together. And I'll go back to that page for y'all. I think it's over here. They really are the dynamic duo. And with these two powered together, the amount of time it's going to save you is going to be in the value of thousands and thousands of dollars over the years. This is an ongoing time saving. And by the way, every time I make any adjustments, those will be rolled out to you, because when you go to log in for it, you will be clicking on the link and boom, it's going to pop it down, the newest version. So as I see, oh, you know what, it didn't do this quite the way I think it should, I will retrain it and continue to make it better. You will get access to all of that as a lifetime member holder for this. So my recommendation would be to do the lifetime. You're going to get the bundle itself, lifetime access, never pay another fee on it. You will also get the free giveaway or a $250 voucher to join Infinite Leads if you want to do that. So you're getting practically all of it back right away. And we're going to do those 3 calls over the next 3 months, October, November, December. You can attend one or all, where we'll review what you've created and give you further pointers to make it even better. And if it's great, we'll even let you know that. But we'll be looking at that for like all the stuff that I've trained it, and just make sure you've pulled it off properly. And that is all included when you do just the simple investment of $297 today. So that's it for the workshop. I hope this has been helpful to everybody. The replay will be available tomorrow. If you do have questions, feel free to email us. You can email my team at admin@michaelneely.com. I'm going to do stop share here, and I will put that in the chat. So if you do have questions, admin@michaelneely.com. or any of the emails. You're all on my list. Obviously, you've showed up here today. Anything there when the email goes out with your replay tomorrow, you can even reply to that if you have questions. But it should be pretty much an easy yes. This stuff is super powerful, super well trained. With I put my 10,000 hours in email marketing, and so this is easily everything that I've learned about email marketing is package into those. And if I notice there's something like, oh, I should have taught it this, it will be added. So it's really a great value. I hope you guys will take advantage of it before it goes in and becomes a subscription base, which you'll be glad you have it at the lifetime before that. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I don't see any other questions popping up. Oh, there's one. How long is your special offer available for? The special offer with the bonuses ends tonight. So it's, what is today? It's 12:45 p.m. on Friday. So Friday night, midnight Eastern time. You know what? Let me make it midnight West Coast time, midnight Pacific time, which would be 3 a.m. my time, is the offer with the bonuses. Now, you'll probably still be able to go to this page tomorrow and get the same price, but you won't get the bonuses. Those are fast action bonuses. So if you want to get in on those, to get those offers, you really want to do that right away. The other thing I will say is that when it switches to a subscriber base, I don't have the exact date yet on that because I'm still trying to build out the platform in which we can make that happen. And so that could be 3 weeks or a month, possibly a little bit longer, simply because we're heading to Europe for 2 weeks, leaving on Monday. So I will be kind of off the grid. Okay, so I hope everybody will jump in. I hope this has been helpful. Look for the replay tomorrow. And actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to extend the special offer because a lot of people aren't going to see this until the replay. I just realized as I said it. So let's make it tomorrow night at midnight Pacific time. So not tonight at midnight Pacific, tomorrow at midnight Pacific, the bonuses go away. You'll still be able to get it, but the bonuses won't be there. So if you want the bonuses, jump in, get it now, and just secure that spot so you don't have to worry about it. You guys have been great. Thank you for coming in. Great questions, great participation. I appreciate you, and I will see you all hopefully in one of our workshops real soon. Ciao, everybody.